Have you ever felt like no matter what you do, the belly fat just won't budge? You exercise, you eat clean, but the scale barely moves and those stubborn areas seem impossible to shrink. What if I told you there's a way to work with your body, not against it, to finally unlock fat loss, and that it doesn't involve starving yourself or sticking to a rigid keto diet? It all comes down to insulin, a hormone that most people misunderstand. Insulin doesn't just regulate blood sugar, it's one of the main switches that tells your body whether to store fat or burn it. When it's out of balance, fat storage gets prioritized, cravings spike, and energy dips. But when you learn to optimize your insulin response, your body naturally shifts into a fat burning mode, targeting those hard to lose areas like visceral and belly fat. And the best part is, you don't have to overhaul your entire life or give up all your favorite foods. Small, consistent adjustments, things like strategic meal timing, pairing the right nutrients together, and including lifestyle habits that support metabolic health can make a huge difference. These are practical strategies grounded in science that help you keep your metabolism running efficiently while maintaining energy throughout the day and reducing cravings that usually derail your progress. You might even be surprised at how quickly your body responds once you give it the right signals. Before we go any further, take a moment to pause and reflect. What's the single biggest challenge you face when trying to lose belly fat? Drop it in the comments below. Thinking about it helps you become aware of the patterns holding you back, and sharing it gives you a chance to start breaking free from them. Insulin is one of those hormones that most people have heard of but rarely understand in depth, yet it plays a huge role in why some of us struggle with stubborn belly fat. At its core, insulin's job is to manage energy in the body. It acts like a traffic controller, deciding whether sugar from your food gets used immediately for energy, stored for later as glycogen, or converted into fat. When insulin is working properly, it helps your body maintain stable blood sugar, keeps your energy levels steady, and allows fat to be burned efficiently when needed. The problem starts when insulin signaling goes off track, which is what happens with insulin resistance. Over time, eating frequent processed foods, high sugar meals, and even chronic stress can cause your cells to stop responding to insulin the way they should. Your pancreas then has to produce more insulin to get the same effect, which keeps blood sugar stable temporarily but comes with a hidden cost: fat storage. Insulin resistance is particularly sneaky because it encourages your body to hold onto fat in the visceral area, the deep belly fat that surrounds organs. This isn't just a cosmetic issue. Visceral fat releases inflammatory chemicals and hormones that can affect your metabolism, energy levels, and even mental health. It's why people who appear slim in other areas may still have a stubborn belly that doesn't respond to diet and exercise alone. What's important to understand is that simply cutting calories doesn't necessarily fix insulin resistance. You could eat less, exercise more, and still see minimal changes in belly fat because the hormonal environment isn't signaling your body to release stored energy. Fixing insulin response, on the other hand, addresses the root of the problem. By helping your cells become more sensitive to insulin again, you allow your body to shift from storing fat to actually burning it, especially in those stubborn areas that have resisted traditional dieting approaches. There are several factors that influence insulin sensitivity, including the types of foods you eat, the timing of your meals, how active you are, and even your sleep and stress patterns. For example, pairing protein and fiber with carbohydrates can slow glucose absorption, reducing insulin spikes. Incorporating movement after meals can help muscles use glucose for energy rather than storing it as fat. And prioritizing sleep and stress management can prevent chronic hormonal imbalances that worsen insulin resistance. These are not extreme changes, they are practical science-backed strategies that give your body the tools to naturally optimize fat burning. What makes focusing on insulin so powerful is that it changes the way your body prioritizes energy. When insulin is balanced, your metabolism becomes more efficient, cravings decrease, energy stabilizes, and fat loss occurs even without strict dieting. It's a shift from thinking about calories in versus calories out to thinking about hormones in versus hormones out, which is a much more sustainable and effective approach. Understanding insulin also helps you recognize why some strategies, like prolonged fasting or extreme low carb diets, work for some people but are not necessary for everyone. The goal isn't deprivation, it's creating a hormonal environment that allows your body to do what it's naturally designed to do: burn fat, maintain energy, and support overall health. By understanding insulin and how it affects fat storage, you start to see the bigger picture of why certain areas of your body resist change, and why a more nuanced, targeted approach is far more effective than just restricting calories. When you focus on improving insulin response, you are not only supporting fat loss, but also reducing inflammation, improving energy, and setting the stage for long-term metabolic health. This isn't about a quick fix, it's about giving your body the right signals so that fat loss, especially in the belly and visceral areas, happens naturally and sustainably. Many people turn to popular diets like keto, intermittent fasting, or strict calorie restriction, hoping to finally shed stubborn fat, and in some cases they do see short-term results. At first, the scale may move, clothes might fit a little looser, and the sense of control feels empowering. But for a lot of people, that success doesn't last. One of the main reasons is that these approaches often work around the symptoms, not the root cause, which is unstable insulin signaling. When insulin is constantly spiking and dipping, your body goes into a state where it clings to fat, especially in the belly area. Extreme diets may temporarily reduce insulin spikes, but they often come at the cost of energy crashes, increased cravings, and metabolic slowdown. When you eventually return to a more normal eating pattern, the weight tends to come back, and sometimes more stubbornly than before. Keto, for example, can be effective for reducing insulin spikes because it restricts carbohydrates, but it isn't practical or sustainable for everyone. Many people struggle with social situations, adherence, or side effects like fatigue and brain fog. Intermittent fasting can create periods of low insulin, which can be helpful for fat burning, yet it can also trigger overeating during feeding windows or leave you feeling drained and deprived. Calorie restriction seems simple, but it often ignores the hormonal piece entirely. You might be eating less, yet your insulin remains elevated from poor meal composition or chronic stress, signaling your body to store fat rather than burn it. Over time, your metabolism adapts, slowing down energy expenditure, which is why eating less and moving more alone often fails in the long run. The real issue isn't necessarily how much you eat or what you eat in isolation, it's how your body responds hormonally. Insulin is the key player. When it's balanced, your body can access stored fat for energy, cravings stabilize, and energy levels remain steady. When it's out of balance, even the strictest diet won't produce lasting results because your body is operating in a survival mode that prioritizes fat storage. That's why focusing on insulin directly is far more effective than punishing yourself with restrictions or extreme regimens. Instead of trying to force weight loss through deprivation, you can support your body's natural fat burning processes by improving insulin sensitivity and timing meals strategically. Targeting insulin doesn't require an all or nothing approach. Simple adjustments pairing protein, fiber, and healthy fats with carbs, moving your body after meals, managing stress, and prioritizing sleep can all help your body use glucose efficiently, reduce fat storage, and stabilize energy levels. This approach is sustainable because it works with your biology rather than against it. You're not fighting cravings or depriving yourself. You're giving your body the environment it needs to naturally shift into fat burning mode. Over time, these strategies produce consistent, lasting results that traditional diets often fail to deliver, particularly around the belly and visceral fat that are most resistant to change. Understanding why traditional diets fail also helps you release the guilt and frustration that often comes with yo dieting. It's not a matter of willpower or self-discipline, it's a matter of hormones and signaling. By focusing on insulin optimization, you create a foundation for sustainable fat loss, stable energy, and improved overall health. This mindset shift is powerful because it changes the focus from restriction to strategy, from punishing yourself to working with your body. Over time, this approach not only helps you lose stubborn fat, but also maintains it without the roller coaster of fad diets, allowing you to feel in control, energized, and confident in your body again. When it comes to fat loss, what you eat is important, but when you eat can be just as powerful. Your body operates on natural rhythms, and aligning your meals with these rhythms can help stabilize blood sugar, improve insulin sensitivity, and encourage your body to burn fat more efficiently. Many people eat out of habit or convenience rather than strategy, and that's part of why energy crashes, cravings, and stubborn belly fat persist. Understanding how to structure your meals throughout the day can give your metabolism the support it needs to work with you instead of against you. Starting in the morning, how you break your fast sets the tone for the entire day. A balanced breakfast that includes protein, fiber, and healthy fats can prevent sharp spikes in blood sugar and insulin. Instead of a high sugar cereal or a pastry that sends your insulin soaring and your energy plummeting, choosing eggs, Greek yogurt, or a smoothie with greens and protein helps your body access energy steadily and primes your metabolism to burn fat. This doesn't mean skipping carbs entirely, but pairing them with protein and fat slows digestion and avoids rapid insulin spikes, which keeps cravings in check and energy stable until your next meal. Moving into the afternoon, timing lunch strategically can help maintain insulin sensitivity and prevent the mid-afternoon slump that leads to snacking on sugary foods. A combination of lean protein, fiber-rich vegetables, and moderate complex carbs supports sustained energy while preventing insulin from remaining elevated for too long. For those who struggle with afternoon cravings, incorporating movement after meals, even a short walk, can help muscles utilize glucose effectively and signal your body to use stored fat for energy. This small habit aligns your eating patterns with your body's natural fat, burning processes without forcing extreme restrictions or overcomplicating your routine. Evening meals often carry a misconception that eating late will automatically lead to fat gain, but timing in this case is more about what and how you eat rather than strictly when. A lighter, balanced dinner that includes protein, healthy fats, and non-starchy vegetables supports overnight insulin regulation and prevents late night energy crashes. If your insulin is balanced before bed, your body can enter a natural fat-burning state during sleep, repairing tissues and processing energy efficiently. Avoiding large, high-sugar, or ultra-processed meals late at night minimizes unnecessary insulin spikes and supports long-term metabolic health. The power of meal timing lies in its consistency. Your body thrives on patterns, and predictable eating windows help regulate hunger hormones, stabilize blood sugar, and improve insulin response. Combining mindful meal timing with nutrient pairing, hydration, and movement creates a supportive environment for fat loss that doesn't rely on deprivation or extreme dieting. Over time, your metabolism becomes more efficient, energy levels remain steady, and fat, particularly in stubborn areas like the belly, becomes more accessible for your body to burn. This approach reframes eating from a source of stress or restriction to a tool for metabolic optimization. Rather than obsessing over calories or following rigid diet rules, you're learning to listen to your body's signals, giving it what it needs at the right times, and encouraging fat burning naturally. It's practical, sustainable, and rooted in understanding how your body functions rather than forcing it to conform to arbitrary rules. By mastering meal timing and aligning your eating patterns with your metabolism, you set yourself up for consistent, long-term fat loss, improved energy, and a healthier relationship with food, making this a cornerstone strategy for anyone looking to optimize insulin and finally tackle stubborn belly fat. What you eat matters, but how you combine your foods can make an even bigger difference for fat loss and insulin regulation. Many people think the key to burning fat is cutting carbs or restricting calories, but it's really about creating meals that stabilize blood sugar and prevent unnecessary insulin spikes. That's where nutrient pairing comes in, the simple practice of combining proteins, fiber, and healthy fats with carbohydrates. When done correctly, nutrient pairing helps your body release energy more steadily, keeps insulin levels balanced, reduces cravings, and allows fat burning to occur naturally without leaving you feeling deprived or low on energy. Proteins play a crucial role in this process. Foods like eggs, lean meats, fish, legumes, and dairy not only provide building blocks for muscles, but also slow the absorption of glucose from carbohydrates. When protein is paired with carbs, the body experiences a gentler rise in blood sugar, which reduces the insulin surge that tells your body to store fat. Fiber works in a similar way. Vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and legumes add bulk to your meals, slow digestion, and create a more gradual energy release. This helps prevent the roller coaster of energy spikes and crashes that trigger cravings, overeating, and fat storage, especially in the belly area. Healthy fats also have a significant impact. Avocado, nuts, seeds, olive oil, and fatty fish provide satiety and slow gastric emptying, meaning carbohydrates are digested more slowly and insulin remains stable. When fats are combined with carbs and protein, you're giving your body a nutrient-rich, balanced meal that supports steady energy and encourages the body to use stored fat for fuel. It's important to remember that fats don't make you fat. It's the hormonal response, particularly insulin, that determines whether energy is stored or burned. Pairing nutrients effectively works with your body's natural mechanisms instead of against them. Beyond moderating glucose spikes, nutrient pairing helps you stay satisfied for longer periods. Balanced meals reduce the urge for mindless snacking or sugary treats that derail fat loss. It's also flexible and practical. You don't have to overhaul your diet or eliminate your favorite foods. Simply think about combining elements in each meal: a piece of fruit with nuts, oatmeal with protein, or roasted vegetables with olive oil and chicken. These small adjustments create a more consistent metabolic environment, allowing insulin to do its job properly and fat burning to occur consistently throughout the day. When nutrient pairing becomes a habit, it supports all the other strategies you've been learning: meal timing, movement after meals, and lifestyle habits like sleep and stress management. Each meal becomes an opportunity to stabilize blood sugar, improve insulin sensitivity, and reinforce fat burning without forcing deprivation. Over time, your body begins to respond differently. Energy levels improve, cravings decrease, and stubborn fat, particularly around the belly and visceral areas, becomes easier to release. This isn't about perfection, it's about consistently giving your body the tools it needs to operate efficiently and effectively. Mastering nutrient pairing transforms the way you eat from a source of stress into a tool for fat loss and metabolic health. By pairing proteins, fibers, and healthy fats with carbohydrates, You can enjoy satisfying meals while supporting balanced insulin, steady energy, and natural fat burning. It's a practical, sustainable approach that works with your body's biology rather than against it, and over time, it becomes second nature. The meals that once sabotaged your goals now actively help you reach them. Optimizing insulin isn't just about what you eat or when you eat. It's also deeply influenced by everyday lifestyle habits that many people overlook. Sleep, stress management, movement, and hydration all play a critical role in how your body responds to insulin. When these areas are neglected, even perfectly structured meals may not produce the fat burning results you hope for. On the other hand, paying attention to these habits can naturally retrain your body to use insulin efficiently, stabilize blood sugar, and make fat loss feel much easier and more sustainable. Sleep is one of the most underestimated factors. During deep sleep, your body repairs tissues, balances hormones, and regulates insulin sensitivity. Chronic sleep deprivation disrupts this process, increasing insulin resistance, raising hunger hormones like ghrelin, and reducing satiety hormones like leptin. That combination leads to cravings, overeating, and a body that clings to fat. Prioritizing 7-9 hours of quality sleep per night supports insulin function, keeps energy levels steady, and helps your metabolism operate efficiently. Establishing a consistent bedtime routine, limiting screens before bed, and creating a calm sleep environment can all make a meaningful difference. Stress is another hidden culprit. Chronic stress triggers the release of cortisol, a hormone that, when elevated for prolonged periods, increases insulin resistance and encourages the body to store fat, especially around the belly. Incorporating stress management techniques like deep breathing, meditation, journaling, or even short breaks during the day can lower cortisol levels and help insulin do its job properly. Small, consistent practices add up over time and create a calmer internal environment that supports metabolic health. Movement is equally important. Physical activity helps muscles use glucose for energy, reducing the burden on insulin and improving sensitivity. This doesn't mean you need intense workouts every day. Even brisk walking, stretching, yoga, or light resistance exercises after meals can enhance glucose uptake and promote fat burning. Making movement a non-negotiable part of your routine, particularly after meals, aligns with your body's natural rhythms and encourages efficient energy use. Hydration also supports insulin function. Water is essential for cellular processes, including glucose transport and metabolic reactions. Dehydration can impair insulin signaling and make blood sugar management more difficult. Aiming for consistent water intake throughout the day rather than consuming large amounts sporadically helps your body maintain proper function and prevents the subtle metabolic disruptions that can accumulate over time. Integrating these habits into your daily routine doesn't require perfection. It's about consistent small steps. A simple morning routine of adequate sleep, mindful breathing or journaling, a balanced breakfast, a walk after lunch, and steady hydration throughout the day can significantly improve how your body handles insulin. Over weeks and months, these practices retrain your body to respond to insulin more efficiently, reduce cravings, stabilize energy, and support sustainable fat loss, particularly in stubborn areas like the belly and visceral region. When you combine lifestyle habits with strategies like meal timing, nutrient pairing, and movement after meals, you create a comprehensive approach that addresses insulin from all angles. The result is a body that naturally shifts into fat burning mode without relying on extreme diets, deprivation, or willpower alone. These habits aren't just about weight loss, they enhance overall well-being, energy, and resilience, making it easier to maintain results over the long term. Consistency, not perfection, is the key. Creating a routine that actually works for fat loss isn't about strict rules, extreme diets, or complicated meal plans. It's about building a simple, repeatable system that aligns with your body's natural rhythms and hormonal patterns, so you can burn fat efficiently while maintaining energy and enjoying your life. When you combine meal timing, nutrient pairing, and supportive lifestyle habits into a daily framework, the effects compound over time, making long-term fat loss achievable without deprivation or willpower battles. Start with a morning routine that sets the tone for your metabolism. A balanced breakfast that includes protein, fiber, and healthy fats stabilizes blood sugar, reduces cravings, and primes your body to burn fat throughout the day. Pair your carbs with protein or healthy fats to slow digestion and prevent insulin spikes. This can be something as simple as eggs with avocado and vegetables, Greek yogurt with berries and nuts, or a smoothie with protein and leafy greens. Drinking water in the morning supports hydration and cellular function, giving your metabolism a gentle boost right from the start. Throughout the day, align your meals with your energy needs and natural rhythms. Lunch should continue the balance of protein, fiber, healthy fats, and complex carbs, keeping insulin steady and energy consistent. Moving your body after meals, even a short walk, encourages muscles to use glucose efficiently and signals your body to access stored fat. Afternoon snacks, if needed, should be nutrient-dense rather than sugary, pairing protein and fiber to avoid energy crashes. This consistent approach reinforces your body's natural fat burning patterns and prevents the vicious cycle of cravings and overeating. Dinner should be lighter but balanced, emphasizing protein, non-starchy vegetables, and healthy fats. Avoid overly processed or sugary foods late at night to prevent unnecessary insulin spikes that interfere with overnight fat burning. Practicing mindfulness while eating, chewing thoroughly, and focusing on hunger and fullness cues enhances digestion and metabolic efficiency. Over time, your body learns to respond predictably to food and signals, making fat burning more consistent. Lifestyle habits are the glue that holds this routine together. Prioritize sleep to support hormonal balance, insulin sensitivity, and energy recovery. Manage stress with small, daily practices like deep breathing, journaling, or short breaks. Keep moving throughout the day with walks, stretches, or light resistance exercises to encourage glucose uptake and metabolic activity. Stay hydrated to optimize cellular function and prevent subtle disruptions that can impair fat burning. The beauty of this routine is that it compounds. Each healthy choice reinforces the next. Balanced meals stabilize insulin, which reduces cravings, which makes sleep and stress management easier, which further improves insulin sensitivity, and so on. Over weeks and months, these small, consistent habits create a powerful environment for sustainable fat loss, particularly in stubborn areas like the belly and visceral fat. Energy becomes more consistent, cravings diminish, and your body operates more efficiently without extreme measures or sacrifice. This isn't a temporary fix or a one-size-fits-all plan. It's a lifestyle framework that adapts to your needs while giving your body the signals it needs to shift into fat burning mode naturally. By implementing this repeatable daily system, you're not just losing fat, you're improving overall health, energy, and resilience. You're training your body to work with you, not against you, and that's what makes lasting change possible. Consistency, small steps, and mindful attention to your body's needs are what create long-term results. And with this routine, you can experience the compounding benefits of optimized insulin response, steady energy, and accelerated fat loss without deprivation or overwhelm.